Alright, so where are we today? Well, today we're finally going to fix the HVAC problem in my wife's 2014 Ram. Now, the main issue is the recirc button on this panel doesn't work. Where when you hit it here, now it won't even work up there. I've run all the tests on it with my scan tool and Alpha OBD, and mechanically everything works. All the flappers are still good. So we've tested it before, and I've had some success occasionally where this button won't function, but these do. And so she's also told me recently that it started acting up to the point where it was, some of the other stuff was going wonky on it. So I finally said to hell with it, and I bought the bullet and got me this brandy spanking new one, which is now a 1UJ96DX9AE. And these pieces are not cheap, because obviously you don't want to get a used one if it's going to have the same problem as what you already have. But this was like 320 bucks shipped. And that's the cheapest I could find. I mean, they could go anywhere from that price to close to 500, depending on what you get. And the entertaining part is, this is the 96, which is the non-automatic and single zone heat control. So the cheap one. The 97, which is the automatic button over here, and then the dual zone heat control, is only about 180 bucks for whatever that's worth. But as you can see, this piece is a lot smaller than that. And it doesn't come out from this side. It comes out from inside. So the only way to correct that is to pull this entire stinking panel off. And because this truck has the dumbest center console in the history of dumb center consoles, I will never own one of these again. They're terrible. The bench seat is better, period. This thing is awful. It's just awful. I won't even go into that. But you got to pull this whole center console lid off before you can even think about getting this piece off. So that's what we're going to start with. And there's this thing here. You kind of got to push it forward and pull it out. Then you can expose what is Phillips heads up here. And then I believe this whole thing can pop up and out. There may even be something. I'm not sure if there's anything under this. This is another rubber cover. Let's find out. Nope. Okay, so that one can stay in. All right, so let's get this disaster started. After that, I think it just pulls up. Oh yeah, there we go. There she goes. And we get that out of the way. And now this, there's a little cover, another plastic piece up here. This piece. And it just kind of pushes in there, and underneath that are some Torx heads, if I remember right. Because why wouldn't they be? And they're not that size. Yep. There we go. And Dodge is the opposite of Ford. They use screws that are too short to be able to get out easily. I think I'd prefer that, though, to having 6-foot long screws that you have to take out that have Loctite on them. But, so, once you get those out, there's also one all the way in the back of that cubby right there, which is almost impossible to get at and almost impossible to put back in once you get it out. It's really helpful if you have a magnetic screw gun, a screwdriver with this Torx bit on it, which is, for reference, well, I don't have my glasses, and it's half rubbed off. So it's a small 20 something. I'm sure that's helpful. Okay, there we go. And I believe that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, it comes out from the top because it pops into these corners down here. You can take that out and then fish around behind to undo all of the little plugs. Don't forget that one. Daggone it. Don't forget that one. Man. Whew. And then you have your whole panel taken out. Now we're going to move this inside of the table and continue from there. Okay, so here's the piece. You can see it's got the same plugs in it. And what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Phillips screws. And then it should just pop out from the front. You can see these pieces here help hold the bezel into the dash. Anyway, let's take these screws out. Okay, that should just, whoop, nope, oh, I see what it does. It clips in the top. That's kind of, there it goes, kind of pulls down from the top on the outside. All right, which means that this should kind of push up like that. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll put the dozen screws back in, get it all centered back up. And I'll tell you what, this plastic feels, even just taking the screws out, this plastic feels cheap. So, I don't know what the torque spec is on these, but if you're using an automatic little gun, be careful, because I expect that these little pitons can get snapped off really easy. Okay. So, now the new piece is back in. Reinstallation is the reverse of the installation. Pop it in the bottom, pop it on, screw here, 2 screws in the top, put your center console back on, after of course plugging it all in, and then pray. So, we'll be back after that. Okay, so we got her powered up for the first time. Ooh, It remembered and the light's on. Oh, yeah. There she is. That's what it was. It was that panel. So there it is. Cool. So I'm going to finish putting this thing back together, but that's a fix. So if you guys are having trouble with your 4th gen Dodges that have this style, even if it's the 5.1, if it's got this style or the small radio of put button panel on it, it's not that hard to change, as you can see. It's kind of more of a pain to get to it, especially if you got this dumb center console. If you got one with a good bench seat in it, then this just pops out with those 3 screws and falls off, I think. Maybe another screw or 2. Nothing major. But, so it's fairly easy once you get the piece, which is going to depend on your truck if it's single or dual zone. You get the right piece, take it apart, swap it out with some Phillips screws. Nice and simple. So, I guess that's about it for today, because it looks like it's working. Well, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you need any of these parts, I usually link them in my Amazon affiliate. I really do appreciate the people who do use that. Helps the channel a little bit. And so, I guess on this February, what is it? February day my watch died. 10th or 11th, I don't know. I will wish y'all a good day, and y'all take care.